Have you ever wondered why little kids ask so many questions? Like, why is the sky blue? How do birds fly? And my personal favorite, why do we have homework? We often laugh at all these questions, but actually, this is where learning truly begins. Not with questions, but with curiosity. Let me share a small story from my childhood. When I was younger, I was obsessed with Rubik's Cube. When people first look at it, they think either I can totally solve this or I will never be able to. Even in a million years. But when I first held it, one thought filled my mind. How do you solve this Rubik's? So I twisted and turned the cube for days and, I almost gave up. But this is my default setting, that I just can't give up. So I went online and searched how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And right there on the screen were buffets of examples and informations and videos, which I had used to build up my confidence and trigger my thinking process that leads to the right path. So I kept trying, failing, improving, failing again, and returning the next day until one day I finally solved it. I couldn't believe it. But actually, the real victory wasn't solving the cube. The real victory was discovering this amazing process of wondering, trying, failing. Now that is curiosity. My name is Aisha, and today I'm here to talk about something that has shaped my identity and continues to shape my future. Now that something is curiosity. Curiosity might seem something simple, but trust me, it's not just wanting to know more. It's something beyond expectation. It's like that spark that is pushing us to explore beyond what's given to us. Curiosity doesn't just sit quietly on any page of a textbook. Even if it were, we'd underline it and still forget it for the exam. Curiosity is like the bridge that transforms an ordinary student into a self-learner. Someone who doesn't wait for answers, but goes all out and hunts them down until they've got one. The moment curiosity enters our life, something magical happens. School stops being the only place where learning really happens. Everything, literally everything, becomes a learning opportunity. When I got curious how apps were made, YouTube became my teacher. And when I got curious how stories touch our hearts, novels became my teacher. And when I got curious how learning really happens, podcasts became my teacher. At some point, I realized that learning didn't change, but I did. And suddenly, it felt like I was on an adventure to the sea of knowledge. With curiosity, learning stops being boring, but feel like an adventure instead. And suddenly, it doesn't really end at the classroom door. Now let's take a look at these great scientists and inventors. Like Marie Curie. She didn't discover new elements through the homework assigned by her teacher. Elon Musk. He didn't discover rockets through school textbooks. And we see countless of these examples of YouTubers, gamers, coders. They learn all these things not because someone told them to learn it, but because curiosity kept them pushing forward. Before they had any other knowledge, they were curious. Now, being a self-learner doesn't mean you lock yourself up in a room and study alone. It means like you're not just highlighting notes, but you're questioning, exploring, and actually learning. So, how to become better self-learners? Let me give you some simple habits. Ask one question every day. It doesn't have to be something big. Even something small like, why is my phone heating up? Leads to deeper understanding. Hey, did you know one question a day becomes 365 new ideas a year? Learn from the world, not only from school. Because books, videos, you could say informations or websites, they all can teach you something new. Now follow that interest. Because if something fascinates you, even a hobby, follow that. Because that's where your hidden talents are waiting for you to come in and discover them. For example, if you love music, learn how instruments work. Now, throughout that journey, I learned something really important. Being a self learner doesn't mean about having the best resources, it means about making the best use of the resources you already have. So, how did curiosity really help me overcome these problems? Now, let's be honest, being a self learner is exciting but not easy. There were moments when I felt lost, slow, when I compared myself to someone who seemed far ahead. It was curiosity that reminded me that every step, even the smallest ones you took, guides you forward. I gained independence because I stopped waiting for someone to give me answers. I gained purpose because following my curiosity helped me discover what I truly enjoy. Let me give a small message to everyone. You don't have to have the best resource. You don't have to be naturally smart. All you need is that one tiny old spark that is bursting to come out and ask why, when, how, even if your brain is begging you to stop thinking. And if you follow it with courage and consistency, it becomes a lifelong gift that will always stay close to you. Curiosity turns hobbies to knowledge. It turns small questions into big discoveries. It's like a spark inside all of us. And if you feed it, protect it, and let it grow, it'll become a fire that will guide throughout our journey. Now, throughout that journey, curiosity slowly starts to become one of your best friends that will always stay close to you and protect you no matter what. Because curiosity turns extremely difficult problems into fun and exciting discoveries. So, the next time if something makes you wonder, even for a blink, don't ignore it. Explore ideas. Don't stop at what you're taught. Go beyond it because every great writer, inventor, scientist, creator, they all had one thing in common. Now, that one thing was curiosity. And by the way, that spark is what makes us self learners. Now, let's be honest. Sparks are way more exciting than sitting still and waiting for knowledge to be poured into our heads, like we are empty cups. Thank you.